Mhm. Hello guys, good morning. Hopefully you're all
Hello, Chris.
okay. Yes,
How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you, brother?
I'm okay. I
How
wanted
are
to
you?
ask because seeing that you're using TraderView, I tried to log into
Yeah.
to my browser, but
Mm.
unfortunately I failed. So, buli lwengezaako okuloginga in it says simanyi biki nga bitegeera, so it refused to log in.
Maybe you okozeseko gundi email endala. You have more than 3 lines. Maybe use another.
I created
Like
another email.
you
Sorry.
mm,
Okay, but let me try it and I see.
yeah, much better. Mm. So guys, before I go further, last week, uh, this trade really pissed me off because I had a trade off here. I shared it in my VIP as well after the activation and my entry. I shared them all in my VIP. The entry for this Euro NZD. It is a swing trade. Though they did that to me. Of course, I had just done something called a flipping. I wanted some serious man out of it. That's why things went bizarre, but it was a good one because it had something like 15 pips SL. Euro NZ. So far it has moved something like because the buy was somewhere here before these sell-offs, these little sell-offs. It has so far moved like that's was something there. It has so far moved 1 to 7. Yeah, 1 to 7 RR. Not bad. Not bad for someone. Though it is still going because I want it to go up because I am swinging it. I want to swing it and it takes out these all-time highs that guys you're seeing here. I want this pair at least to come and take out this. Take this high here. That's where my anticipation is, though currently I want at least for those who are doing intradays, I just did some analysis and I wanted to see price sells off, then it comes here, then it pumps. Anyways, before I go further into that, let's talk about something fast before I dive into further. Okay. So guys, as you know, we are all traders and we have faced a lot of challenges when we began up trading because we were really diverted from the reality, from the actual things that we need to do what to study. Then they started teaching us things, the context. So we should first and foremost, if at all you come into, if you come across a student, because I know 1 year from now or even time from now, the people who are here are going to become mentors, who will teach people. But first and foremost, I would prefer so much from today onwards, if it is okay, you tell somebody that Forex is not that hard. But what makes Forex hard is the context people teach, the words people use, the people you bump into, you get. And just know, any industry where there is a lot of scams, there is value in it. So you ask yourself, why are people doing such? Because there is a lot of value in it. So it is your duty to open up your eyes and find where value lies, you get. So one thing I have to put across is, guys, Forex isn't that hard. Yes, I was at some point said it was hard, okay, because of the context of things that I learned going through the whole year, learning, still learning, practicing. You learn, you get a strategy, you use this one. The first week it works out, it bangs you for another 3 months, then you feel bad. Yes, it happens. It happens, but just know it is not hard by the people we bump into and the people things that they teach. The contrary. So the truth is, it is not hard, but one, what makes things hard in forex trading is one, the context, the things that we are compacted within our heads. Because, for example, you will know this strategy, the other you feel it is not working, you go into the other one, the other you rush over strategies, and all strategies are in your head. For example, if you are going to trade and you have lots of strategies in your head, I don't deny you learning, but just I'm giving a clue of my pickups of finding out why things are becoming hard towards traders. So you bump onto something, you learn this and this and this and that. Then later you find out, oh, everything is not working out. Then you learn something new. Then afterwards, when you are going to do analysis, also all this stuff comes in. You feel like, oh, it is right, this and this. So that's where doubt pops in, like doubt comes in. You feel like, oh, forex is really damn bad, hard. So even you reach a moment that it will take you years to really know, to get this, to learn this. But sincerely, there are people who even never finished up a year in forex, but really they are really okay. They can make a setup on their own. They can make money out of it. And in forex, the fact is you will never be there 100%, and you never make a loss. Element I would say doesn't make a loss. Really, that's a big scam. There's no one that never makes a loss in forex trading. But what keeps us going and what keeps us in the game, one is our risk and our psychology. It's what keeps us in the game, you get. So we have to change that side of trading, that it is hard. It is so easy, but it depends on who you are going to. Because if in case I don't trust my thing, I will be in mind that, okay, because because you reach some point when somebody needs money, you pop up onto a mentor who okay, who gives in more of, who gives in like yeewaayo nnyo okwagala ssente than okwewaayo nnyo okuwa amagezi eri oyo omuntu, aleese ki, aleese mentorship money, aleese ayagala okumusomesa, kitegeera ng'akulembeza nnyo something money. Really, yes, tukulembeza ffena, I won't deny, but of course, what are you going to teach? Do you trust it? Ate gw'okisomeseza, you tell them the truth, kubanga personally you have to first know which kind of person you're teaching. Newbie, because somebody might come and it is different. Omuntu amazemu emyezi mukaaga togenda musomesa nga amazemu omwaka mulamba okitegeera. So there's really different. You have to know you have to first bring up the picture of what somebody understands. Then there you keep on adding on some stuff, because by the time, for the meantime, you have been in the market, these experiences we go through, the when you are an intermediate, immediately in what's disturbing you is really going on charts and finding out where is the trend going, where can I find a possible move. Those are the things that disturb an intermediate. A newbie typically doesn't know about a candle, doesn't know about what is forex, doesn't know anything concerning forex. So making it hard for him or her to grasp first as somebody who is intermediate. So we have to first understand the people we are teaching. So that aside, forex isn't hard, but what makes it hard, the context, the things that we learn. If the things we learn and the people we bump into, we learn this and that, the important things and not important. You are a newbie, you're learning about you're learning about this, you're learning, for example, what can I say, which I learned that is really useless for now, because one, I don't find use of learning sentiments. I don't need them. They're really not important for me. Sentiments, you get. I learned them and I know how to do that. Sentimental analysis, really, it's bogus. I don't understand it. It's not important for me. So those things that we learn that take time, and you finish up years minus really getting up something, and you feel like, oh, what are really other profitable traders doing that I can't do? Lone girl, hopefully that message goes to you, because you are that person who said so. You get. You can say something. These are things that fall onto you. Lord, I see you are on. Okay. Anyways, let me continue up. So one thing I want to put forth is when we go onto the market to look out where can we get a trade. So some people reach out into my inbox and be like, Chris, how are you getting really snipers? How are you? Because really currently, I won't lie, at least in 50 trades, I can get 45 sniper entries. As long as I sit and I can get 45 out of 50. I can get 45 sniper trades, and it is so easy. What I can do, you can do it. But what differentiates me and you is what I learned and where I got it and how I practiced it and how I placed it into work. That's what differentiates us. You get, because you may find Hassan is putting 100 lot. You be like, hey Hassan, how are you doing it? Then you go and do it, then they blow up. You blow up. Reason being, Hassan practiced something of getting a trade whereby his stop loss is 2 pips, his stop loss is 3 pips, his stop loss is 5 pips. So he's putting 100 lot and he's willing to lose the money that falls into what? Into 8-10 pips, like that. So we put out work and we learn things that will work out for us into a long run. So on the side of forex is forex methods. One, you have to understand that let's go back into our systems way long ago when it began. So this is kind of an advance, the way I do it, the way I do my setups, and these things are really quite the concepts, or out of my findings, the concepts that work for a long run, that you can preview the market for the long run. For example, you'll be there wondering, how can a person get a trade that is running for 6 months and is still adding in positions, and the market is respecting his positions? his zones where he entered, the market is not coming back into that zone after entering a position. You'll be wondering, is this guy a market maker? Yes, he's a market maker because he created himself to be a market maker. Though the difference between market makers and us is we make like for us, we make losses and they affect us emotionally than the market makers, because for them they are the what they are the one who manage this market and the one who quote prices, who brings in the quotes into the market. So that's the difference between us. Though we have to practice something that will help you in what in a long run. So let's go back into into when forex began. Remember, forex was before all these concepts coming in. Remember, forex was trading from support levels to resistance, from support to resistance, from resistance to support. You get like that, from a low price to a higher price. So when the price is too high, they have to do what? When the price is so low, they have to at least put up prices to for it to go up. For the market maker, they are the one who do that. So when it is low, they add in, like, it becomes more valuable, and people do what? And people, when it goes down, it is more on demand. So when they buy, most of it, then that means it is all over in the circulation. That means, for example, Lumonde Kangeze, let me give an example now on cooking oil. You get on cooking oil. Let me say there is a jerry can of cooking oil. So when cooking oil is at a low price, that means there is lots of buyers who will be in need to do what? To buy it, because it is at a low price. So after them buying it, when it appreciates, so they will go and keep it. The price goes up, so they will start, because the price is high, they will start selling it off for them to make what? Profit. So they are buying it at support, and they are selling it at resistance. So we have to find those zones where really where we can anticipate prices to be in position for us either to buy or to sell. So though this is kind of an advanced way of trading this stuff, and you have to understand this, or you have to understand. So I'm not this kind of trader. If I talk about let me see, let me see. If I talk about support and demand, let me say you put on let me say your line chart. Let me put on my line chart. Then I be looking, for example, for example here. Then I draw my line that from here to here. That's my let me say, for example, here, that's my support, and support, then here it is my resistance. No, that's not how I do it. So most of you may be like, oh, that those things that I hate them, I don't really like them. Yeah, you don't like them because you don't know how to what to establish, to understand it, or else you haven't gone to ask and see how those who are using them, those who are using them, do it and get things out of it. So I'm just going to go through out something simple, something. So somebody may be wondering that how do I do it? Because me, I trade. I'm a support and resistance trader, but this is kind of advanced, and the concept was introduced by people, and it is there, and it is working out for me for in the long run. That's why I say that things that are really important are not really taught. They teach what people will do, what will be coming back to them to ask, so that they incur more charges on it. You learn videos, because for example, let me just give an example on see, I'm not after any who. I use Sax as my broker. So for example, as you can see this, so where exactly? Mhm. The way you see gold, the way it is really hard for somebody who is drawing structure. One, the person who is doing structural stuff getting interest here, because you know that okay, price is bullish, unless if you're doing low time from the long run, you're just waiting for something small. And really, I have taken a while gold bull run started. I have taken a while, man, as seeing people who are trading a structure, giving in what? Giving in their setups, Civil media in a concept, every concept works, but every concept works, but what makes it different is the way people use it. Okay, because most of the concepts I have ever used them, I have ever used trend lines, I have ever used ICT. I know ICT. You can't explain ICT to me and I don't understand it. Like there's nothing in ICT you can, I don't get it. There is nothing in SMC. There is not, like those, most of them, that these ones that sound a lot. There's nothing that I don't know about it. And though they work, yes, they work, but literally they have their conditions and where they do work from, basically. But this quiet stuff, for example, the concept, because I know how to trade it, the concept of 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 most of you know him, though, of X-Men. Of course, I know how to trade it, but I know how to trade it, but no one knows its name. The one he named it, it is, yes, he named it, but it's not its name, because he named it for you guys to understand. So literally today, for example, here today I wanted this pair to sell off, and we were in quarrels with someone that this pair has to buy. Then I was like, it is okay. All I want is I want this pair to cross over here, then it will come back, then I sell it. So I was bearish on gold. Then they were quarreling figures that gold has to pump. So currently I have pumped them out. So I'm just waiting because this was my confirmation for it to come back and do what, and I enter. So let me do a little, because I have those pictures. I'll send them after the session. I have them where I was anticipating this market, how I was expecting it to do. So I was literally looking at price, price closing below here, coming back, then I sell, because it would have confirmed. Though sometimes even if it gives confirmation, but as long as it falls under your criteria, of course you have to engage and make some money out of it. So yes, you want to say something? Oh yes, Masiko, you raised up your hand. You want to say something? Yes, please. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue up. So one, I have me personally, I have types of SNR, of support and resistances that I really teach, that I really use. And they are so powerful to me. And every time I spot it, I get a trend, where the trend is heading, and how I get. For example, let me give you an example. So for example, for me personally, I use closing in this way of trading, we use closing prices. We use closing prices of a candle, either higher time frame or low time frame, for us to get a trade out of it. So let me say this is a bullish trend. No, sorry, a bullish candle, and we have something like an engulfing. Okay, an engulfing. An engulfing. So this is how it, yeah, most cases how it is. I'm just giving an example because mhm. As you can see, just so for me, the way I trade, I have examples of support and resistance. So whenever price creates up something like that, because this is a concept of you reading candles, it is just a concept of reading candles. It is a concept of reading candles. So this is the right full price action, because this is the right full price action because we are dealing with the current price. So we are reading the action of price after giving us zones, because you have to speak the same language like the market. So whenever a market forms a zone, you have you will know what it is speaking. So for example, on higher time frame, if price makes up something like this. So as people who were here way back, let me show you something. I'm going to come back on the dollar. Let me add up something here. Okay. Sorry, let me remove this. I'm going to show you something. BTC, USD, USD. I use Coinbase. For example, people who were, let me go on daily. The people who I tackled up while we were still doing this mentorship, while I was in mentorship, when price was still around here, it confirmed up everything, and I think I was the only one who got a trade, this selling that almost went, and it is in the group. Let me see, because they activated somewhere like here, so you can go and in the group around 21st May and 19th, you will see that I really had these trades, and I showed you that Bitcoin is going to fall in a long run. So you can see that it fell from this side up to till when, up to August. So it fell from May up to August, and no one could tell you that. So if at all using kind of price action that literally you guys the price action literally you guys you'll find yourself like you don't have a trade offer. So you just tell me that okay, here you have a break of structure. Okay, let me say it was going down, you have a break here, then it came, change structure. So you have this one here, you're going to buy price from here, then they came and swept you out. You get, so these things are the one that frustrates the traders. You'll be like, I've done everything like the way they told me, but what's not working out? Because really you're doing the wrong price action. So most of you're doing the wrong price action. I'm not saying the one that is there that is bad, that you guys know, but me on my context, that it is hard to find somebody that predicts a trade that is going to run for months and months and months. You get, it is so hard. And if you find out those traders, they literally don't trade the concepts that you know. So most of the working concepts, they are really quiet, and those who use it, they are really expensive, and you to access it, really you can cry out. But if you get a chance and you find it out, just know, my you're going to be cool. Like, you just need to put into works. So um I let me reset up this, then I show you the types. So because price, just know, you have to put in your head that price reacts from the closing, and from the closing prices. So for example, here we have an engulfing, because every what, every zone or every support or any resistance is formed after two candle closures on every time flat. It is just somebody how you learn it, and how somebody can tell that, okay, this zone will work much better, this zone works much better, this is how you need to do it. So me personally, we have what we call apexes. So we have what we call apexes, and this is how they they look like. We have what we call apexes, and this is how they do look like. So support and resistance, typically they are levels. That's when I say that in this you buy from this level, I am meaning I am meaning the what, the support level. If I say buy from this zone, that means that is a support level where I'm anticipating price to tap and push. The way you saw BTC that day, when I bought, I sold, and I long term bought. You get? So those were the support levels. They were just confusing you, inducing you, but the main move was coming in. That's where I woke. It was even in the night. I said, I gave up the exact entry, and I said 15 pips below, you buy Bitcoin. It is going to go to 70, 80, 90. Currently it hit 90. That means we have so far hit the second TP. We are just waiting for the third TP. Then we chill out. We wait for another price action. But even another thing, it can give you confirmation that it will hit that area. But what it does, it doesn't hit there. Why? We are reading price. So it may give out something and it indicates something else. So we follow what price does, and we don't follow our mindset, what it says. We follow what price does. So we have what we call the apexes here. So let me add in this tool. Because really, it is really simple. You may find out that me personally, if I sit down a day, I can make in just 1 hour, I can do analysis on at least 10 pairs in 1 hour, 10 pairs down. So I get my little snide, like those little entries, then I be waiting, because most of the trades are most of my trades is more of being patient. My trades are more of being patient, and when they come, they really come with force, and they activate you. They really spike and make money. Be like, oh, I have made money more than these guys what they were doing. So uh, so let me wait. Where is the tool, by the way? The tool is getting lost. Damn. Jala bikelimba. Don't have it there. Anyways, let me just copy and paste this. So we have this. So when you see a blue candle, because this is a black, I used another tool. So this is, you see this, it is black. So I'm going to so when you see blue, that's a bearish candle. Then a white, it's a bullish candle. So here typically we use closing prices. So as you can see, you use the closing prices. So currently you can see that this candle bought and this one sold. So typically this is the zone that me personally I do what I do mark. That's why where most cases you find yourself, I'm saying, okay, buy from there. Let me give you an example. Those who are in my VIP, then you'll be wondering, how did I get such an entry? How do I get such an entry? So I be like, buy there. Then you find yourself, when this candle opens up and comes, just taps there, taps and starts selling immediately. Then you feel like, man, how is this guy doing? He knows what he knows what he's doing. Yes, I know, because I practiced this for long. So, and these are just simple things. Literally, if I sit with you, for example, if you are an intermediate, only 2 months are enough. The third month, if you don't make money, I return your money back for mentorship, sincerely. Eh? Because I'm this kind of person who teaches live sessions. I give you a program and you leave time for me. I teach you till you understand. That's how I do my stuff. So, for example, there are something like five kind of ways, but they can be chopped into ways. This support and this. So, for example, price can do that. Then the next candle opens, goes up, then does what? It sells like that. So when price does something like this, so I literally go back on a low time frame, because it came and rejected. So this is how it starts. That's how me personally price starts. So after rejecting, I just go back to the low time frame. I find a breakout of one time frame, then I confirm. Then later I do what is called MTF, like I multi time frame it, like I go on 2 low time frames, finding those sniper entries. So for example, if it confirms on a low time frame, you might find after tapping into these apexes. So in apexes, I literally have what I call a V level and A level. Okay. So this is an A level, because when price is doing, it buys, then it sells. For example, let me show you on charts here. Like the way you can see this bullish candle and a sell candle. So when you put on a line chart, you will see an A. You see this? That's how A level is formed. So let me put up back candles. So you can see that. Let me show you something here. Where the bullish engulfing? Let me show you here where. You see this? So this one, me personally, I call it a V level. So we mark the closing prices. So this is a bearish candle. So the closing price is on here that formed a V level. So it is this candle that formed a V level where you mark. This is where the support and resistance were. So as you can see that the V level. So this is it. You can see that it is in the form of a V. It is sold, then bought. So so don't get confused about V and A level. Though those people who are in the mentorship, they really know about what a V and A level is. So currently, let's do a recap on CPI, and you see how I saw these trades and how I saw these trades off. You might be there wondering that, Chris, how did you see sales? Because most of you were saying, but and later in the group I said, guys, don't engage buying or selling any pair. Why? Because they are going to be spikes. Because literally me, they removed me out. Like seriously, they removed me. They came and first activated me. It was like selling, then later they spiked out. Because that's what exactly I was expecting. Because me personally, when I have found an entry, I like to find an entry in an empty area. For example, like this, I find my setup. Here, this side, there is no noise. So here, literally, there were noise. Here, it was this noise. There was this noise. So literally, it was kind of difficult for me to do what? To trade it. So I had to stay out. So let me reduce this time frame because I use literally a few time frames. Let me remove this. I use really few time frames. I use monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15, 5, 3, and 1. Those are the time frames I do what I use. So literally, if I go back on a monthly, I'm just doing a recap on gold, and I'm going to drop up some setups that I'm anticipating where the market will go. Because me personally, in a week I can take either two trades or 3 trades, but literally when it gets into my way, it is running more than somebody who has been trading on a daily. 20 pips, 15, 30, what? For me, I get one trade, it gives me 400 pips. Or I run into 1 to 30, 1 to 50. Even there is a time I posted here, I had a setup that ran to 1 to 100 RR. So that's kind of something that I want. Like, you trade in a peaceful zone. Why would you trade when always we came into forex market to get freedom, but when you reached here, you felt like you left freedom behind, and yet here there is freedom. You get stressed up and stuff. All those things we anticipate when we are beginning up, but what keeps us in that stage is not us understanding where we are heading. But as long as you know where you're heading, things become more simpler. So since I haven't explained all levels, but I said we use closing tests. So as we can see, this up move here, we can see these up moves. So any closing price here, this one, it's called a gap. This closing price of a candle in between the closing prices. So there in between there lies a zone. So even price can come, tap here and moves up. So most of us, when this month ended, we wanted to see this month coming and tapping here, then we continue the bullish move. So when it has crossed over here like this, of course we are anticipating if this month closes. That's why we are not trading gold currently, but we are scalping. But for the long term trade, we are not trading. Why? Because gold has broken up this level. It made signals that gold is now doing what? Is going to sell. So what do we do as traders? We are going to wait for 14 days, 2 weeks, to see if this candle closes below. And if it closes below, of course, it will have signal us that this candle may buy again, tap here, then we do what? We continue dropping. So where our TPs are, of course, they are at the next levels, these levels where our TPs are. These levels, this is where our TPs are. For example, where anyways, let me continue. So as you can see, gold is in upward move, but for us to shift, we say that it is now bearish. This candle has to close below this. It will support now when it broke. When this candle has broken below, and if it closes, this zone will be resistance. So that means price will come and tap, then it goes to another support level, which is this one. So currently price is trading in between these zones. So this is where price is trading. So we want to see if it is possible that when price has traded below here and it gives us confirmation to buy, first TP will be here. And if it doesn't give us confirmation to sell and sweep out this, we shall keep on holding till we take our TP, this one. And if it breaks and it doesn't tap here, of course we shall anticipate that the next monthly candle, which is December, it will come, tap there and continue the bearish move, unless if it gives us confirmation for us to continue buying. But if not, it would have changed. So that's how I analyze the monthly time frame. So currently I have known what the monthly is doing. We know the monthly is bullish, but it has broken one zone, hence making it kinda changing direction. Though we have to change direction with confirmations. So as you can see, for us to confirm that it is now kinda bearish, we have to see that this candle closes below this zone for us to say that now gold is kinda bearish. So let's go on a weekly, since we have understood that price is now what? Is now bear. So this is where the price of let me do this. Well, replay. So this is where, when price reached into this zone, of course we anticipated that price will come, tap into there, this candle will open, come, tap there, gives us confirmation to do what? To keep buying, but it never tapped. Hence creating another zone. Which zone is that? An A level. So this is the real price action that I was teaching, I was talking about. So you can see it left a what? A V level. Hence as look at that level. Okay, line chart, let me put this there and this. Okay, hence giving us eyes to so observe that zone. So as you can see, when this candle closed, hence having formed this zone and having formed this zone here. So currently we know what the monthly is doing. So currently, when this month closed, when October closed, so price was in the middle of this support and this resistance. So we wanted to see if possible that this candle opens, comes, stops here, and we continue buys in line with the monthly. But what did the candle do? The candle came, tapped there, and it broke one time from below. Hence signaling us that weekly has changed. It is now selling. So currently we shall be looking at sales. And even in the same zone here, you can see that there are A levels and V levels, as you can see them here on a daily. They are there. You can see them. They are there. Hence, in the same zone where weekly confirmed, we can see that the candles were giving rejections towards the downside trade. So let me zoom. Let me also cut off here. We look into. Okay. So let me select bar. We look into this. Okay. Let me go on for our IC. Will they accept me? Yeah. So as you can see, price came and rejected and confirmed that we are still. The daily also had done what? Had changed its direction. We are now selling. So me personally, I was wondering, why were people doing what? Why were people buying buying this gold? So literally, me, I was waiting for price to come and activate my orders in this area here. This is where I was waiting price to activate my orders there. So it is really simple, and you can do analysis on it. So you can see that still this is a fresh zone. It is a V level where I wanted to sell from. I'm an A level. So I continue going up. I will tell you why price never went there to activate my sales. You can see here it was my last zone, my entry. So this was my last result. Those who are in my VIP, I think I sent this setup. So people, you fear gold, trading gold for nothing. Gold is easy, but as long as you follow criteria. So let me put these tools here. So as you can, let me also add another tool, of course. Where is it? Price range. Okay. Okay, let's put on price range. We see price range. So people, don't be like, how do I get these two trades? So you can see I'm risking literally above there, like 15 pips on gold. So, but where is my TP? Let me go back on a daily, because daily had rejected after confirming. So I wanted to see that price after closing, price comes, taps there, and my first TP be on this fresh level, which was lying here, which you can see this gap that I told you about. So literally, you're selling gold, and somebody is not understanding, why are you selling gold from there? Little risk, and you're making a lot of money out of it, something like that. So this is literally how I do what? Get my those simple trades, though they never came there, and I got a reason why they never came. So let me say this is it. This is my area of interest where I wait. So this is where you see that as I say that I had to wait. I wait for price to come to me, not for me to chase it. So you can see that I was doing 1 to 18 or 1 to 19 RR, heading to how many pips? These are 246 pips in just a single trade, risking 13. That means even if you enter, you stack positions here. So for example, if I want to stack positions, what do I do? Let me cut off this. Let me use this. Oh, sorry. Let me use this replay tool. I show you how we do flip accounts. Let me select here. Then I cut off this. So let me go on 5 minutes. You may be wondering, how does a trader really be on a trade? So that is it. That's one area, which is, so I'm refining to find that tiny zone where I can flip from. So if you don't find any zone above that area, let me say on 1 hour. So let me go on 1 minute. Remember, I'm on 1 minute. I want to see that last more zone where I can enter, the way I find my snipers. So you can see when we were finding from down, we can't see any other fresh area. That means if to immediately it will stop there and start falling like water. It will start falling like water. So let me go back on a daily time frame. I'll show you something else. Just giving up a clue on how me personally I trade out this reset chart. These are simple things that you guys things are being so that analysis I did it after Friday, November 1st. That is when after NFPL up. Is it? This was NFP really? I think, yeah. After it elapsing and confirming up. So I came in to do what? To find a setup for me to sell. So let me go on 4 hours, see if literally we had a setup here. Really, we never had. So you can see we were just staying out of the market. Why? Because it wasn't clear enough for us. So this is where we stay out. We say we are not trading this time. Why? Because it is not doing things under my criteria. So I'm not trading. I'm leaving it to do its own stuff. Let me give you another thing why price refused to come my way. You know, you can wait and wait and wait. Why did the price stop here? Why did the price stop at that level? Why? Then it started selling. Let me give you a reason. Here is the reason. When you go back on a daily, why did it stop there? It's because price couldn't come and buy. It goes up here. Reason being, this resistance level, it was so strong enough, hesitating price to go above it. And there were two zones in it. You can see there was this resistance, because it was once supported. When it was broken, it became resistance. So you can see there were two resistance levels that wouldn't accept price to go back up. That's why it just stopped there after confirming that we are what? We are bullish. We are bearish. So it stopped there and started falling like that. You get? That's how it was. So personally, I wouldn't grab this because you don't know where your stop loss is. You may be asking, why didn't you take it? I wouldn't take it minus me knowing my risk. I first know my risk. What am I risking before I go into a trade? You get? This is where you guys have ever watched me getting 15,000 Ugandan shillings. I take it to 300,000. You have ever seen that? It's because these are the same things I do. Let me give an example. If you go to pairs like Euro USD, I'm using HFM 0 spread account. So remember, HFM gives in what? Gives in you can trade minus them chopping first the commission. They chop commission after closing the trade. Now imagine I have a snipe on Euro USD, then I stack positions. I be stacking positions, stack. So by the time it falls like what, and remember, MNS, this concept, after it confirming everything, and if they tap your zone, it runs immediately, or it runs after some minutes, the way you saw on Bitcoin, the way I sent you, said those who entered, I told you hold, and hold, you make some money. Those who entered, well and good. Those who never entered, we wait for something more. Spilled milk shouldn't be cried for. Okay, so let's continue up. As you can see, let's continue. So I wanted to show you how I traded, how I spotted out, how I spotted out what, how I spotted out on the day of these news. Where were they? They were kind of here. Literally, I gave you those setups. I gave you the setups, and I showed that I have been taken out. And in VIP, me personally, if I tell you that this pair, this one is so risky, but it is what it has collided into my aspects of the market, but it is risky. Of course, I mean it. Okay, but it is worth taking, but it is risky. So you risk what you can afford to lose. So yeah, literally, the news began up from here. This was the area. So I picked up interest in these areas. As you can see, let me go on a daily. As you can see this price. Let me remove this. Select bar. It is just simple, man. People, you're misled. I see you being misled, and I be like, I don't want to fight with anyone. Let me just do my own thing. So, for example, and this, if you are an intermediate, my bro, it doesn't take a lot of time. You ask my students, Sonko FX. For him, really, he's doing something great. He's not demanding me anything. So, after price breaking out all these areas of interest, like the way you see on a daily. So remember, daily had become bearish. So after breaking this area here, I wanted to see price coming back, coming back and come, and we do a resell, but it never did so. So it created another zone on a daily here. It created another zone on a daily there. And also we had another zone here. Remember, me personally, I don't use zone severally. So for example, this zone here, I don't use it. Why? Because it is tapped in several times. You get, it is first tapped into once, then price passes through it, then later they pass through it. So I can't use it the fourth time. This is 1, 2, 3. So the fourth and no, I can't use it. So this zone is so weak, it will never hold price. So I don't use it. I just leave it. I just wait for another price to play out. So let me go on a low time frame on 4 hour, not even 4 hour, because I have to wait first for a rejection, then I continue price. So those who were trading 4 hour, price can you see this after breaking up and stuff. So I never wanted to see this, because also 4 hour can determine a trend, and I missed this trade also, because also 4 hour is part of the high time frames. Because if daily has confirmed bearishness, that means you play orders from 4 hour to confirm sell. So you can see that these ones, after confirming on low time frame, I wanted this candle to come back up here, and I sell, but it never came. It never came, though it stopped here, and also it confirmed something else here. This candle tap rejected, so the entries were here. Those who got the entries here, well and good. But me, after spotting something big, I just leave it. I don't force the market to do things. I just leave things to play out the way I want to see it. the way I know how it has to be played, because this market is here to stay. So if you don't make money, it doesn't mean you won't make tomorrow. You get. So let's play. We see. So after breaking out, you can see it came and rejected this zone after breaking out. Hence, meaning it was support, it was broken, it became resistance. You see that? So let me remove one bar, remove this bar. So that means if it has rejected and confirmed something inside, the next area of our take profit is this one here. You see, it is really simple. So let me go on 4 hours, show you something. Why I never took that, why it was hard for me to take that trade. So you can see that it did what? It rejected and broke out. Let me go back on a daily, I'll show you something here. So this is the candle that did the rejection. So let me go on 4 hours. So you can see that it opened here, went and rejected. It went and did a rejection. So let me continue playing. Then after rejecting, it broke out. Here there was a breakout, or even this one much better. This breakout, confirming that the daily still is. It has confirmed that we are still what? Bearish. So let me play. Hence going, went. Sorry. Play. I think this one is for today. Let me go on 1 hour. So since, okay, here it is, yeah, in this area. So it confirmed here. So currently we are expecting the market maybe to buy and come here, though remember it is already on another zone. So let me do analysis in this area of what? Of interest. So let me, you can see this is a 4 hour. This is research, right? So when price came in, this area really, yeah. When price came in, it had already left up some zone here. So upon trading up, like this kind of going up, it did something. It formed up another zone. This zone you can see here. Let me remove this. So price, after rejecting price, I was looking at 4 hours to get a possible move. So you can see the candle came, broke up, and went down. So I literally had to look at the kind of low time frame to see what's really happening there. What's really happening there? So that means it had traded above, hence rejecting on 1 what? On 1 hour here. Sorry. So let me stick on this. So after it trading up and breaking it, this zone again. Hence, I wanted to see that this candle go back, buy, then it does what? It sells. Let me remove this. So the nearest area on this breakout, it was this zone here. It was this gap. Why? Because this area also, it was rejected on 1 hour. So if I look onto 1 hour, after this rejection here, you will see that one time frame below break, it had what? Confirmed. It had confirmed that 1 hour had also what? Changed. It is now bearish, as you can see that. Let me remove this magnet. Let me remove this magnet. It had confirmed that it is what? It is bearish. So I had to find a zone where I can do what? Sell from. So you can see this was one zone, but I had to find the upper zone. This is one zone up. So I started going low time frame. So you can see there, this one was not fresh. The fresh one means it was not rejected into. So when I went more upper, I saw this. But when I looked at this one, it was also kind of rejected. So I was stuck on that one. Then boom, I went on 3 minutes. I found out that below this one, there is this one here, upper one. So I wanted to go, then I went on 1 hour. I went on 1 hour, waiting, risking something there, selling, taking out these lows. But in line with the 4 hour and a week and a daily, so price had to come on the day to spike down 500 pips. So that's where was my tip, and I was just risking 9 pips, or like that, 9 pips above the entry, or else even it can be 1 pip above the entry. That's why you see my entries like they are really tiny. And let me put a tool here, an indicator, and show you something why I said it was so risky. Okay, you can see that there were lots of noise. There was equal high of the London high and the New York high. They were equal. You see, there were lots of news. So typically, you were just literally entering that trade, but it was really risky. So let me play it. You see, that's where price came. First activated, then it took us out, taking out this liquidity. Then price started going down massively till it hit our TP. I felt bad, but nothing to do about it, as you can see. It hit our TP. Then it started doing such. So let me go back in what? So let me go back. So let me remove this. Let me first hide out this. These are just simple stuff, as you can see. So which trader would do, how would you risk 80 pips really? Should I, like, literally, I see traders, you're on 30 minutes, you're giving such a big, huge stop loss. Really, what do you have money to hold that? Like, seriously, we are traders who teach these people who have just come in the market, who doesn't have money, and you tell him that you hold a position worth 70 pips. Are you normal? Really, is it right? Then it is not right. So you have to find a way that favors the new people who are coming in the market. So after them taking out all these stuff, after them taking out this liquidity and breaking below this, let me go on 1 hour. I show you something, and breaking out this V level. As you can see, this V level here, let me put on a magnet, and breaking out this, that zone became my new area of entry. As it, like, this gives you, like, you miss this, and this comes in, as you can see. That becomes your new new entry, because you are sure about the move to literally come and activate from, because it was just swept out and went below what? And went below area of support. It broke, it became resistance. So there is a possibility of another candle coming and tapping into that resistance, and you continue a sell move. where would be your stop loss? Let me go on low time frame. I show you the nearest resistance up. You see that? How many are those? So if I'm here, these are 90. Literally, me personally, I know in my zones at least. For example, in areas of support, when it has broken and it's just retesting, literally I use 20 pips to 30. But because of the brokerage, you can put them at 30 pips. Then you just hold up the trade like that. Then it hits up your TP. This is just literally something simple. This is the concept, like literally it is working only on gold right now. If you have any IC, for those who are trading IC, to sincerely, if you are not a macro trader, you want to make money out of the market. So typically I have swept out those who were buying gold from here, because me literally I know what the market is doing. The market is still selling. Why would you buy? Why would you buy? One, possibilities, they have already, I think, one, because it is still selling. Let me go on a daily. I show you something. You see this area. You see these areas on a daily time frame. So you remember the TP that I showed you up. So they hit it. So let me go on something else. That you see this is a zone, and another zone is here. So that means literally price has rejected this zone, hence signaling us that we might buy. And here it has rejected the new candle that did what? Open. It has rejected here up. So there is literally buying and selling. But as you can observe, that weekly is selling. So we should continue selling the what? The daily. We should continue selling the daily, unless if it gives us confirmation. So how did I do the analysis for this price? As you can see here, what I was waiting for is, if at all it had rejected, this area would work as a decision area. So when price comes and taps here, and it closes above here, this 1 hour candle closes above here, then there we shall be looking entries here. We shall buy gold from here. You see this risking how many? Let me show you. Risking something like 8 pips to 10 to 11 pips. But that's one aspect I'm looking at the market. Now, since it first went up, let me show you another aspect of what am I expecting from the market. Let me put on this, because okay, the new day also came and rejected it, which is okay. But anyways, I don't use these sessions, they are just there. Typically I trade levels of price. So you can see that price literally is here, literally came. So I'm doing analysis for today's price action, anticipating where. So typically I've showed you possibilities to buy gold today, because it is in an area of buys. And so another aspect is here. And not only that, as you can see, 4 hour, this area has been what? Actually, this area is much stronger. The closing price of this candle has caused this candle to reject and break out on low time, another time frame below. As you can see, it broke out As you can see, it rejected and did what? It did a breakout. It did a breakout. So literally, let me show you here where the breakout happened from today. So rejection. So this is the candle that rejected. These are the candles that rejected. So let me go on 1 hour. So you can see that the first candle, fine, it rejected, but it never did a breakout because the breakout of the first candle had to break out from here. But the next candle, so this is an intraday kind of setup, though it is risky. That's why I don't deal with intraday. So you can see this second candle, it rejected and broke out of this area. Of this area. It rejected and broke out. Let me go back on 4 hour and broke out. And in the same zone, price on 4 hour, price came and rated above and went down, hence making this zone clear for us. So let me go back on 1 hour. You see, it came, kind of rejected, and also did what? Broke out. As you can see here, it broke out here. As I said, I can even screenshot my words, my words that I said. I wanted to see a breakout of this area. I'm going to screenshot with evidence because I don't want to say things that are really just because I have a replay mode that things are not there, because I trade gold. So after doing this, I couldn't enter again from the Asia. You see this Asia, the CDN and Tocho Asia stuff, they're all together. So what do I expect? I'm expecting price to come and sell from here. This is my number one entry area, and this is another entry area. So literally, price has given me 3 entry areas, though you can still go up to this one. But literally, since this was the zone of rejection, so price literally may not go up like up. So what is our outlook here? Is since this is Asia, so as I say that I am anticipating price to come and do what? Activate our sales from there. And where are we heading? Since it will have swept out, London would have swept up the Asian high, we shall be still running price of the daily. Where is the next daily zone? Where is the next daily zone? Let me show you something. The next daily zone, it is this one here. This zone here, because it is the nearest next daily zone. You can see this, it is this one. That's the next daily zone. So you go back on your 30 minutes, then you sell out. How many pips are those? 400 pips. Then the risk is kind of big, but you can minimize it because we are above, we are in line. So you go on a daily. Let me show you on a daily. So you can see that my entry is inside the continuation of the closure of the previous candle and of the 2 previous candles. The entry is above here. So anticipate that price may come, tap up as if it is rejecting, and it does what? It goes down. That's what I'm anticipating. So I have 2 aspects of how I look at the market. So literally here you be like, okay, I'm risking. How many pips are these? These are 40. So you'd be like, okay, I'm risking 20 or even 30 or anything. But literally me, 20 pips are there like that, 20 pips. So I anticipate the market may come, tap there, then it drops. This is my anticipation on gold. But remember, it had rejected on what? On a 4-hour zone. And remember, it had also rejected on a daily zone. So that means we have to make sure that these entries, when price taps us, no 1 hour candle should close above this area. So if any hour candle closes above this area, we call it a bullish move. Though it would be a bullish move. Why? Because the daily and the weekly, they are selling. You get? So that's where it will be risk. And the monthly, it is still selling. Where is the monthly heading? Because it hasn't closed yet, it is either heading to this area. This is the remaining area. So this is where even us, we could hold trades. We can hold trades still there. So how many pips are those? So this is one trade in 2 weeks. If price plays out, so what's the RR? 1 to 33 RR. So it is just simple as long as you master these key level, like the types of support and resistance, and what you put into consideration. You get? It is not something hard, just that you guys are blinded out with things that are not important in your trading journey. You get? You are really blinded in your forex journey. So let me go on. So this is one. Let me screenshot I sent for you before my first anticipation that ran out. So the one for buy, the way the one you saw it. People were badly buying. So let me show you my. It is here. This is the general chart we were in, and those are my words that I said. Let me send them here in the group. These were my words that I said. I want price to close below that black line near the low of Asia. Then it retraces to remove Asian high. Then I engage. Literally, it is what it has done. So I'm going to risk and engage on that. You get? So literally, that's my setup for today on gold. That's where I feel like I have to engage from. But make sure you manage your risks. Let me look also at another pair before I go to something else. So for Euro NZD, is it this one? No? Let me put another one. It is forex.com. It's the broker that I use for analysis. So this is where, guys, we do even do kind of stacking position. Be like, how do you know that price will come back in that area? How do you know that? So literally, I gave out this setup. This it was kind of a signal setup of Euro NZD buying from this area of interest to go up. Though literally, and even you can see that after rejection, price has done what? Broke out yesterday, hence informing us that we are what? We are bullish. So one, after price when price was going to break out, so I was looking at this zone, but price never came. I looked at this zone, price just broke this zone here. Price broke this zone here. Though inside I was playing through the intraday setup. So after rejecting here, as you can see, rejecting here. So the daily rejected, I call it daily rejection. 4 hour broke out. As you can see, it broke out. So literally, I'm looking to buy in this week. So I'm anticipating price to come, retrace, and tap, I buy again. So let me go into it. I show you something. So this is where, let me go just 30 minutes, I show you. This is where I got my entry. I was like, I'll get my entry here because I was risking something small. Then I'm like, let me be patient. I wait for price to do every nonsense is once, since it is bullish, as you saw, since it is bullish. And it is aligning with my other analysis, because I have two types. So you can see that. Let me go on a daily. See, after breaking out, after price validating, this is the over invalidation, because that also I did that concept of X-Men. So you can see we go on 1 hour, one time frame below. This was where our validation was. So we had the inside formation and the outside formation. So me currently, since the pair is still bullish, I'm going to go with the what? With the outside formation. So this is our area of liquidity. So we have to go on sorry, since daily had broken out, so we go on 1 hour to find our nearest area of liquidity. So you can see I have this. I have this in the same area, that same area on 15 minutes. It's where my buy zone is. So I'm literally waiting for price to just come and activate me there. You have to be patient in Forex for you to get something. So I'm waiting for price to come and activate me there. If they activate and sweep my stop loss, just know it happens. But imagine, which stop loss am I talking about? Really, because it is just 70 pips, like that, 70 pips. But if you can even, for example, if I use the other analysis allows me to go much deeper down, more low time frame, and even this one, even if this one too. But remember, the more you increase your accuracy, you may even lose the trade. So let me go much deeper. You see, so as you can see that. So literally, maybe price would give us a sniper. The first entry, that one I showed you, though it will come there and literally gives us a 5 pip stop loss. Then you'll be wondering, man, I'm not giving the market maker breath. Like the market is not breathing. So where is our next TP? The next TP, remember, I was running from the monthly. I was from the monthly move. Reset chart. This trade was confirmed from all this way long. So I was aligning time frames. So as you can see, where is our first TP? Why I told you that I'm swinging this pair. Our first TP is there, up there. So, but for those who are going to enter this trade, when this trade hits here, you set your break even. But literally, and it may not even activate today, but in some time to come. So we just be patient for price to come, and it will spike up. Let me go in 1 hour, by the way. As you can see, see how swings are good. Because already those who were in my VIP had that setup of me buying the way I entered it. So I'm literally going. You be like, your RR. Some people do really ask me that, hey, my bro, your RR is crazy. Your reward risk, you get like that. Like the stop loss is not seen, and you are telling them the TP is there. How many RR? It is 1 to 40 RR. Crazy, right? Crazy, right? So if somebody I'm teaching, if I tell you that, okay, my mentorship is at $500, you be like, no, man, you are such expensive, man. Do you know the time I spent learning these things? So if you want cheap things, literally, anyways, but we can talk. I'm human, I can understand. So you can see the risk to reward ratio, 1 to 33 RR. So let me also do analysis on Bitcoin, and you see BTC USD, Coinbase. I gave this setup in the general group that I want to see BTC pumping from here So even if they take me what is okay, but I saw some pumps from here taking us to 100,000 from here. So of which no one will tell you so. I'm seeing some pumps of this zone. Though let me go in time. I show you how I got the setup of me telling you guys, let's pump Bitcoin. I think this is the last example of how I got those sniper trades, and you'll be wondering, how do I really do it? So literally it was here. So let me remove this. It was even a Saturday. By the time we clocked Monday, and BTs had flashed up. It was like really massive. So as we can see, price was still going upwards. Still going what? Upwards. So we never had any hope of price returning down. So we were looking at, so one, monthly was bullish, weekly was bullish, and the daily, of course, has to be bullish. So when weekly is bullish, we have to look on the daily areas where we can buy what? We can buy price, unless it changes and it gives us something else. As you can see here, it was bullish, but it came and gave us something else for us to start selling, because I got some sales off here, and of which I shared in the groups. As you can see here, this was where I got those good trades, and you were people wondering. I bought, I sold, I bought, and I sold. So let me select bar and I delete one bar. I think this one. So you can see it literally went up. So I was reading price. This is called reading price. Sorry, let me select it back. Let me remove it, this one. So after this candle closing, it had created a support zone. So remember, every support zone, you enter it with confirmation. So you can see that it rejected, as you can see. So we go on one time frame below to see. So as you can see here, people were looking at breakout structure. Let me put a line chart, you see. You will see that things that matter a lot that aren't taught, but out of confirmation, that's why we get those really running. You just enter a trade and the trade starts spiking out, and you'll be like, oh my God, how did he do it? Are they market makers? No, we are not market makers. We just placed our stuff to work. Where is trend angle? No. Yeah, wait. Okay. Not really. Yeah. Okay, path. It is here. So I just me in most cases I just keep quiet and I just watch people. So as you can see, they were like low, lower low. No, I mean higher, higher low, higher high, higher low. You know, something like that. Let me put it in black. Let me put it in white. So literally, people were seeing something like this. This was this was a tiny break of structure. That's what they were seeing, and this is a break of structure. Okay, break of structure. So people were looking at price inducing traders here. So even after me posting out that I'm buying from the other zone upper, which I will show you, people were looking at that as an inducement. I was like, okay, you'll be looking at that. Me, I just give out. So higher, low, high. So literally, price had left some zone here to buy from. So they were anticipating price will come and sweep out that and continue. That's literally what was on people's minds, but it was besides besides me. As you can see here, what did the price do? Price came and rejected. Let me go on a daily, you see very well. You can see that here, literally, I use this to see where it opened from. Literally, it came there and rejected. As you can see, this rejection, all these rejections, all those rejections, it was rejecting. So after rejecting, what did the price do? What did the price do after rejecting? Price broke here above. So, but remember, this was a daily zone. This was a daily zone. So hence, making it that if at all you want to buy from any of these prices here, there is no fresh level that we can buy from, hence this one here, of which you couldn't buy from here because it had left a long wick. And perhaps it was a 4 hour, of which a 4 hour also can work as an area of interest for you to get a trade. So I also looked at this one. I was like, okay, we have a rejection off there. Though the daily has confirmed bullish, let me see also 4 hours. So 4 hour and the daily, they all confirmed bullishness at the same time. As you can see, 4 hour confirmed here and the daily confirmed here. So literally, people who wanted to buy from here, this was a risky zone. So this way, they were going to induce them there. That's why me, I was like, let us buy from this area. Though it's still on, I can't buy on 1 hour because it is such a risky zone. Then I started doing what I said at first, MTF. So you can see that I had that zone. Then I went on 5 minutes. I had this scattering zone here, as you can see here. It wasn't enough because BTC is heavy. You put your chlot and you cry. So you can see that this scholastic thing here. You can see it is aligning with what I said, this price level here. So let me put I will show you the cells that I caught inside there, that I caught up. So since it was like that, I said, let me put, where was I targeting? I was targeting 80 and 70 and 90. You enter one trade for 2 weeks, you shut your mouth down. You can see that was my area of interest where I wanted to buy. Or as I say that 15, by the way, this signal, I sent it in this channel. So here my 15 pips. Those ones, they were my 15 pips below the entry level. Let me show you risk to reward, which I was targeting. Let me go on 1 hour, show you. So since I wanted to take this price to 80,000, where is 80,000? 80,000 still kind of up. 80,000 there. That's first TTP because I knew there is a bull run coming. And I think I'm the only person who called that bull run in this group, in this channel, for that bull run. For that bull run to come. I told you, you just buy and hold because TP is going to be at 90 and 80. Let's plan, we see. You see how price came, how price kind of delayed in the night. It came up. Oh, you see what I said, if you refine a lot, how when you refine a lot. So literally, that's not where I entered from, but I was just refining. I refined a lot. So literally, the entry was on 15 minutes. The entry was on 15 minutes. This was the freshest level around, this one here. Let me show you the level. Because I told you I used the closing prices. As you can see this, yeah, exactly, if you check in the channel, it is 7, I'm going to tell you. So you can see the closing prices when I was doing MTF, this one here. So this was the area where I anticipated price to come from. So this was going to be induced, they were going to be induced down. Let me try going to 5 minutes. I think I stopped there because Let me go to 5 minutes. As you can see, this was my last resort here on 5 minutes. This one, I never went on 1 minute because it was a low risk trade. That was, and you can see I said 769.09. So you put your trade there. Let me cut back. Let me select. Right. Let me select. Okay. Let me go back on 30 minutes. We see how this trade ran. How it ran up to 80,000. So that's where it was. So let's play. Let's play how it reacted so fast, and people who were there really got that entry and made money out of it. You will see how it reacted. Okay, let's now play because that's where I stopped. Okay, let's play and we see how it went. Sniper, you see that? That's how I got that entry and it started going up to date. You see how it went? You see till 80. That was our first TP. Now let me pause. Let me pause something here. So I wanted to get another entry because really currently I wanted to get another entry here, but these guys took us out. So I got a loss of this area because I had because remember here in Forex we move out by risking out. See that they induced me out there. Let me get and let me show you where I was with my entry. I was with my entry there. Let me go on 4 hour. I show you. You see, sorry, I was expecting price to come back here because that was the nearest area where price was playing from. So let me go on 1 hour. I see the nearest level where I can. So you can see this zone. So I started zooming in. I went on 5 minutes to see how things were. So this was my last resort. This was really my last resort. Though they came and took me out, but still they went in my direction. I never felt big because this car pump here that I was in, it was the one that was going to take out 90,000, 90K. It was the one going to take out 90K. And really, I have shared a setup that is going to take out 100,000. So this is the setup that I got, and I placed a tight stop loss. But literally, if you can read very well, you can see that the person who was using really it was big. It was really big. 30 pips is a lot. 30 pips. Or even somebody who was using 30 pips, though it is a lot on BTC, man, it is a lot. So I can't. Me personally, my biggest stop loss is 20 pips. And the biggest, the smallest pip is 2 pips. Though brokers can't allow to put a stop loss on 2 pips. So you can see how it started as if it was joking, then it went slowly like that. People were like, it is coming back, blah blah blah. So you can see the RL. What I want you to know that the RL 35 1 to 35 RL. You see, you swing a trade like this, it is moving almost 1,000 pips. Let me add in speed. Something like that. But they took me out on this one, the one which was taking over 190,000. They took me out. So literally on Bitcoin, since this month started, I took 2 trades. Now imagine 100 and something plus this, so that means it's a lot. So you see how really I am. So after tapping there, it is still there in that zone. It is creating more liquidity to push up. So we have to wait, and you see how it started creating stuff as if it is denying, then boom, it tapped our take profit. For us, we have to just be patient for price to do what we want it to do. It will do everything, but as long as it has to take that area, it has to take. If you command it, it will do it. Even if it comes down several times, it will do it. Like that, Really? Really? Take it. You see? Something simple like that. So I just want you guys to remove this thing, this context of people telling you that Forex is hard. Okay? Forex is not hard. But what makes it hard? The context people teach. It is what making most of you guys feel that Forex is not the way to go. It's not the way to go. So as you can see this, really, who never wants to trade like that? You just tell me that, mentor, me personally, I don't like trading like that. What? It is okay. It's up to you. So if me personally, if I tell you that, man, I need this command, it's not like I can't make it, but because I know what I'm giving it is internal, it is forever. Get? So guys, Forex is such easy. Just why things are getting hard on most of us, it is the context people teach us. So currently, okay, just a minute, we are still continuing. Just a minute, we are still continuing. As long as, guys, we put these things into work, everything will become such easy. Okay, let them not harden things. You'll get some. Let me remove all this. This exit. Let me remove these drawings. Let me go. Let me go at the current price. I show you what I saw. Okay, this is a daily. Okay. Coinbase is not showing up something I don't understand because. Okay. So okay, let me go back on Coinbase. So literally there is bullish. So since it is kind of consolidating, I have to be in 4 hours to see what 4 hours is literally doing. Though at the A, it is kinda, it wants to take us out, but it is okay. No worries. So literally, anyway, I used another analysis for a breakout. So this was kinda our area of interest, but after price breaking out, this was kind of our area of interest, but no, not like that, because I have two ways I trade. But by that, the one I showed you, it is the simplest one, that you can trade and be profitable. The other one is good, but literally it is for swinger traders. As you can see, when price was going up, this is how I did analysis. As you can see, because they monthly, weekly, daily are bullish, so I'm playing from 4 hour to get continuations. Let me show you how I got this. Though it is still there playing a lot. So as you can see, it rejected off a 4 hour area of 4 hour zone. As you can see, the V level. So I went on 1 hour on one time frame below to get a breakout. So this was the rejection, and the breakout was this one. Or even if it is this one, it's okay, but this one better. Or rather this one, as long as it is a breakout. So after confirming that, I wanted to see that price either comes back here, there, or else into those two areas of interest, for me to start buying. Or else I went back on 4 hour. I saw this, but it was too big for me. And in the same area we had, this is kind of a confirmation candle. So I took this one, but it is risky. They may take us out because I like doing trades of 4 hour, off weekly and daily to get a direction. But if it moves, because here we move with what we call here we trade after confirming engage. We move with like we risk what we can afford to lose. And remember, we are risking small to earn big. So this is where, man, you can be with your $100, you flip an account to 10K. So this is literally the setup I'm currently looking at. Where is the stop loss? The stop loss, you can see it is big, but literally, of course, even if you first put at 20 pips, you first see how it will run off that entry. Then I want to see that price runs and it goes up there like that. So that is it. Go the XAUUSD. Let me have a look again at on gold. Gold is coming to our point of interest anyways. Anyway, that's for me for today. Let me look also on Euro NZD, because these are currently the pairs that I am looking at, because these are the clearest pairs that I'm literally looking at. So this one, of course, it will come no matter what. I tell you, no matter what, it will come. So if to look for continuation, they will be there after. If to look for sales in that zone, there is this area, although it rejected, but I don't see any breakout. So let me see. 1 hour. 1 hour broke out here after rejection. So a risky one. This is a very, very risky sell-off, though it is there. It is a very, very risky sell-off, though it is there after breakout and stuff, following your criteria to sell and activate these buys. But it would be much better for you to wait for buys. But as a person, of course, I can risk here some pips. I sell, I get some money for buying. That's how I do it. So literally, I just want to let you know that Forex, you don't need a lot of capital to do it. It's just the skill set that you really need. Okay. So if guys, you have any questions about today's live session of how I do the market, or else you want to have some help throughout the market, you can ask. But you can ask, and I tell you. By the way, I forgot one thing. Before I close up, I'm going to to show you how I got the CPI, the CPI analysis to buy. Though even all those pairs they were passed through. They passed through gold, euro, GBP, USD, and DXY. All of them. Why? Because that's why I told you that it is risky and it is easy to spot out areas or times where it is going to be spikes. And I'm sure I'm sure someone, I have ever told someone, or if you have been following up in the group, whenever I say that price this today's CPI is gonna spike up, just stay out. Of course, it does spike because it is easily spotted, and this is the way to go, guys. Okay, we have to trade and read how the candle language for us to get something from it. So, do you guys have any questions or do you have any inquiries so that I help you out? Yes, before I close out. Yes, please. Your views are welcome. Yes, please. Okay. So if you don't have any questions, let me just do a recap. Only one recap on how I got a trade of on DXY CPI. I show you. So literally, it was this area that which area? Yeah, when was the day of CPI literally? When was CPI? But literally, they took me out. Yeah, they took me out. Then they rallied over here somewhere there. But I just know it was the same thing that I did. So currently, I'm looking. By the way, I'm looking at this paired fall. Looking at this paired fall, though it has already done a change. Let me have a look at a DXY itself. I see where it is heading because I had zones off here. The reason why I was buying, even the what? The GBP USD the other yesterday, and they took me out. So we have that. Let me go now. 30 minutes. 30 minutes, not there. Let me go now. Still, it is not there. What is pushing price down? Yeah, it's not there. What I want is not there, so I won't engage on none of these pairs. Still, I see what I want. So currently, guys, let me close up. Let's go have something else to do as we go through as we still get more knowledge about forex. See you next Friday. See you guys. Okay, have a good day. If you don't have anything to say out, have a good day. Have a good week. Have a next good week. Thank you. Bye bye.